I posted this because I'm still shaking from a dream that felt more like an invasion than sleep. I did everything I always: brush my teeth, shower, a quick snack, one episode of a dumb sitcom to put my brain on standby, and went to bed around midnight. Nothing out of the ordinary, nothing to explain why my chest feels like it's been compressed since. Sometime around 2 a.m. I thought I woke up. My eyes opened to the dim slice of moonlight through the blinds, and for a second I just lay there, half dreaming. Then I saw him, a man crouched in the corner, smiling. Not just looking smiling like he'd been waiting. He was small there in the shadow, hunched like something that had been folded away and was unfolding now. His smile didn't reach his eyes because his eyes were too bright, too fixed, like a camera lens stuck on me. I froze. My mouth dried. He scurried toward the bed with a deliberate, insect movement, no sound, as if the world itself had been muted except for the scrape of his presence. He climbed up and sat at the edge of the mattress for a beat, just watching, and then he lay down on top of me. I couldn't move. My limbs were syrup, my throat a locked room. I thought I would cry. I thought I would scream. I thought my heart might tear out of my chest. Then I woke up, for real, back in my bed, the familiar weight of blankets, my room exactly where I left it. No footprints, no chair out of place. My phone read 2:07. I sat there for a long time, pulse loud in my ears, replaying the scene like a bad clip on loop. Was it a dream? A hypnagogic hallucination? Sleep paralysis? I exhausted the labels and still felt violated. The rest of the night vanished into jittery half-naps. Every little sound, pipes, the fridge, the neighbor's dog, made me flinch. I kept checking the corners, the closet, under the bed. My rational brain kept offering explanations: stress, spiked sugar, late-night anxiety kick. None of those reasons smoothed the hollow he left behind. Even when morning came and the sun streamed in, the edges of things felt wrong. Too bright, overexposed, like I was sitting under a spotlight that would reveal something if I looked hard enough. I tried to go about my day like normal. Coffee, classes, laughing when I could. But when I close my eyes now, the memory is sticky. Sometimes, when I'm drifting, I feel the pressure of someone settling on me, and my muscles go rigid before anything forms. I keep finding myself rubbing the same corner of the bedsheet, as if that small repetition could scrub it away. I haven't slept properly since. I tell myself I'll be brave, that I'll nap and prove that the night is harmless. But every time I crawl into bed, I feel like I'm walking into a scene that's already been set. The lamp gets turned on, the closet door stays wide, the phone is within reach. I leave the TV on low because silence feels like an invitation. None of it helps. I know it's ridiculous, but I'm scared of that tiny, unnatural smile in the dark. I lived with that nightmare for a week straight, Monday through Sunday, and it rewired something in me. It always began the same. I'm in a temple that looks half sacred, half prison. Rows of iron bars cage shapes that shouldn't exist, demons pressed behind them, watching with patient, hungry eyes. The air tastes like cold metal and incense gone wrong, and my chest goes tight the moment I realize I'm there. Panic isn't a feeling in the dream, it's an engine. I'm running before I can think. The running is endless and precise. My feet slap some stone that never seems to repeat, corridors folding like a maze that remembers every one of my mistakes. The demons make no move to catch me. They only lean, press their faces against the bars, smiling or screaming depending on the night. And that only makes me run faster, like speed is the currency that buys safety. I always find an exit, a threshold that spills sunlight into something impossibly soft and green. And then the field, a river of clover waves under noon sun that makes my skin ache with relief. The woods rise at the far edge like a doorway back to ordinary life. I sprint. The clover smells like home. I am almost inside the trees, almost saved. Then I look right. On Monday it was a wraith at the lip of the field, distant, a shape that let out a sound like nails across the bones of the air. It was loud enough to make my knees wobble. Tuesday it was closer. Wednesday closer again. The sound climbed a scale in my head my body couldn't follow. Each day the wraith moved a few yards nearer, its keening a cruel metronome. By Saturday it screamed so fiercely my ears protested. ringing and muffled for an hour after I woke. My heart kept pounding like a drum I could not stop. Sunday changed everything. The temple and the sprint unfolded with the same mechanized terror, and when I looked right, there was nothing. Nothing but empty air and the ordinary flitter of clover. Relief was instantaneous and dizzying, a small miracle, and I turned forward, eyes fixed on the dark line of trees, feeling absurdly like I might actually make it. Then it was there, not a few yards away, but sitting on the path in front of me, a silhouette of ragged black, mouth open in a scream that had no sound at all. It was a silence so full it pressed on my eardrums from the outside in. The absence of noise was louder than any previous howl, and it reached inside me like hands. It grabbed me, and I woke up with a scream lodged in my throat, soaked with cold sweat, my ears deadened for hours, and the ringing persistent for days. I was 19 then. I am 26 now, nearly 27, and I haven't had that nightmare since. It shouldn't be one of the clearest things I remember, cleaned and burned into the same corners of my mind. But it is. The detail is stubborn. The temple's sickly light, the demon's patient faces, the exact feel of clover between my palms as I lunged for the trees. The way sound changes in the dream haunts me most. Painful volume and impossible silence both feel like real injuries. I learned the truth of how the brain can bruise. For a long time, I carried the aftermath like a bruise you can't quite rub away. Sound made me flinch. Fields that should have felt free now felt staged, like a set where someone could step into frame at any moment. Sometimes I would wake up halfway through a daydream, my heart performing that dirty double take it learned in the temple. Other times I'd laugh at myself for being afraid of something that no longer visited me. Maybe the point was never to be understood. Maybe the nightmare was a locksmith turning the tumblers, a week to unlock some door in my head, then walk away. I don't know. I only know that memory can be as vivid as experience, and that some doors, once opened, echo forever. I'm not the type of person who scares easy. I like horror movies, I read creepy stuff online, and I always laugh it off when people talk about sleep paralysis or shadow men. But what happened to me last month? I can't laugh it off. It's burned into me like a scar. It started with a nightmare. At least, that's what I thought. I woke up in my room around 3 a.m. The air felt heavy, like the whole house was holding its breath. My eyes went straight to the corner of my room near the closet, and there was someone there, not standing, crouching, like a spider folded up on itself. I couldn't see his face clearly, but I could see his teeth. Too many of them, too wide, stretching into a grin that felt wrong in a way I can't even explain. I tried to sit up, but I couldn't move. My body was lead. My chest hurt like something was pressing down on it. That's when he moved. He scurried across the floor on all fours, fast, too fast for a human. The sound his hands made against the wood wasn't right. It was sticky, wet like skin peeling off tape. He climbed onto the bed and lowered himself onto me, chest to chest, his face inches from mine. His smile never changed. He didn't speak. He didn't blink. He just watched me. Then I woke up for real. I shot up, gasping, drenched in sweat. The room was empty. Everything was normal. I told myself it was sleep paralysis, a trick of the brain, whatever. But when I touched my chest, my skin was cold, almost clammy, like something really had been pressed against me. I brushed it off, until the next night. The dream happened again. Same time, same crouching figure in the corner. But this time he was closer when I woke up. Same smile, same crawl, same crushing weight. I woke up screaming. By the 4th night, I stopped brushing it off. My eyes were bloodshot from not sleeping. I tried everything, sleeping pills, music, lights on. Nothing stopped it. Every single night, he came closer, faster, heavier. My body started bruising in weird places. Purple marks on my ribs, red welts across my arms. On the 6th night, I woke up not in my bed, but on the floor. My door was wide open. I don't even remember leaving the mattress. My throat hurt, raw, like I'd been screaming for hours. I didn't sleep at all the next day. The 7th night broke me. I told myself I'd stay awake, but sometime around 3:10, exhaustion pulled me under. When my eyes opened, he wasn't in the corner this time. He was already on me, face to face, the grin wider than it had ever been. His teeth looked cracked, broken, but still sharp. And when he opened his mouth, I heard it, this wet, tearing sound, like drywall being peeled open. I woke up gasping for air. My ears were ringing. My bed frame was shoved a few inches from the wall, like something had slammed into it during the night. It's been weeks now, and I'm terrified to sleep. I keep the lights on. I drink coffee until my stomach hurts. People tell me it was just sleep paralysis, that it'll pass.